Hey, it's Jo. Welcome back to this channel, or welcome to this channel if you are new. Thank you for watching this video or listening to this podcast if you are listening on Spotify. I have a podcast named What Happened by Hey It's Jo. I will link it below. Please check the description box. So for today's video, we are going to talk about a kid who outsmarted her kidnapper. She was also dubbed as the girl in the bunker. Elizabeth Shoaf was 14 years old and she lived in South Carolina with her family. On the afternoon of September 6, 2006, bumaba ng bus si Elizabeth from school and yung bus stop ay 200 yards lang from her home. In short, walking distance lang siya pauwi. Mostly kasi sa US, meron silang mga bus stop, hindi katulad dito sa atin sa Philippines na kapag nag-tricycle ka, kung saan mo gustong bumaba, dun ka mismo ibababa ng tricycle driver or ng jeepney driver. Pero sa US, mostly, merong specific na bus stop kung saan nila binababa yung mga pasahero and then maglalakad ka na lang pauwi. Pero itong mga bus stop na to, sometimes it's near doon sa bahay mo or sometimes maglalakad ka pa ng medyo malayo because nga yung kanilang mode of transportation ay bus. Hindi katulad ng tricycle na point to point pwede kang maihatid. As Elizabeth was walking home, a man dressed as a police officer approached her. Sinabi nitong lalaki na to, na supposedly ay police, na Elizabeth was under arrest. Mind you, Elizabeth was 14 years old nung time na yun. So you would thought, what would be the reason for a 14-year-old teenager to be arrested? However, this man told her that she was under arrest for something to do with Mary J. I know it's legalized in other states ng US pero I'm not sure kung pwede siyang sabihin sa YouTube, but let's just call it Mary J. I believe nagigets nyo naman kung ano yun. So, pinusasan nitong lalaking to si Elizabeth behind her back. And sinabi din nitong lalaki na inaresto rin niya yung 12-year-old brother ni Elizabeth. So, naisip ni Elizabeth na dadalhin siya nung police, supposedly police, quote-unquote, sa police car para i-transfer siya sa police station. However, he didn't. Instead, dinala siya ng lalaki sa dense woods sa likod ng bahay nila. And naglakad sila, of course, dahil buong akala ni Elizabeth, totoong police, etong umaaresto sa kanya. She followed. Naglakad sila for a while, and then Elizabeth became disoriented. This man walked to an area doon sa woods and opened a door in the ground. And this door led to an underground bunker. When I first read this story, I was shocked because this bunker was hand dug. Kamay. Well, not actually kamay. Malamang gumamit siya ng pala, no? So, itong lalaking to, gamit yung mga kamay niya with tools, hinukay niya itong bunker na to na 4 feet wide and 20 feet long. If you are familiar sa measurements, medyo makitid siya pero mahaba. By this time, clear na kay Elizabeth na itong lalaking to was not a real police officer, and this man forced her sa loob ng bunker. And then sabi pa nitong lalaking to na maraming booby traps surrounding the bunker, and these booby traps would kill her if she tried to run away. He also said na yung entrance ng bunker will explode if Elizabeth tried to escape. Doon sa loob ng bunker, merong long chain na naka-attach sa ceiling, and itong chain na to ni-wrap nung lalaki around Elizabeth's neck and nilock niya. This was the start of Elizabeth's nightmare. Madeline, Elizabeth's mother, called home that afternoon, and her son Danny, yung 12-year-old brother ni Elizabeth, yung sumagot. And tinanong ni Madeline si Danny if his sister was already home, because by this time dapat nakauwi na si Elizabeth. Pero nung sinabi ni Danny na hindi pa umuuwi si Elizabeth, immediately, sabi ni Madeline, she knew that something was wrong. Mother's instinct. Because yung rule nila sa mga bata na kapag nakauwi na sila from school, kailangan nilang i-lock yung mga pinto and do their homework until makauwi yung mga magulang nila from work. So parehong nagtatrabaho si Madeline at yung asawa niya, si Don. Immediately, tinawagan ni Madeline yung kanyang husband na si Don, and they rushed home. The couple called their extended family, and they came out to help search for Elizabeth. Nung hindi nila makita si Elizabeth by their own, tumawag sila sa sheriff's office. And initially, as usual, ang sabi na naman ng sheriff's office na baka naglayas etong si Elizabeth, and hindi sila nag-issue or nag-initiate ng Amber Alert. Sinabi din ng sheriff na yung Amber Alerts daw can only be issued if a vehicle is involved in the abduction, at walang evidence na si Elizabeth ay finorced or nilured sa isang sasakyan because wala namang nakakita sa kanya nung hapon na yon. So yung family, sinabi nila sa sheriff na no, kami yung magulang ni Elizabeth, and there is no way that she will run away. Walang dahilan para maglayas si Elizabeth. So although hindi nag-initiate ng Amber Alert yung sheriff's office, nag-send sila ng deputies to help search for Elizabeth. Meron din silang K9 unit na dinala doon sa neighborhood, around doon sa neighborhood nila Elizabeth, to find her scent. I'm not really sure kung bakit hindi na-trace ng K9s yung amoy ni Elizabeth, because doon sa ibang sources na nabasa ko, iniwan ni Elizabeth yung kanyang sapatos. I'm not really sure kung sapatos nga niya yun or may gamit siyang nilalaglag para if ever na hanapin siya nung kanyang parents, they will know where to find her. Or maybe masyadong malayo yung pinag-iwanan niya ng sapatos niya. I'm not really sure. But Elizabeth is a very smart girl. When Elizabeth's disappearance made the news, more people came out to search for her. But no one could find any trace of her. After ng ilang araw, people thought that if Elizabeth ran away, probably she would have contacted her family at some point. And then, 7 days after Elizabeth went missing, Madeline, her mother, received a text message from a number na hindi niya nare-recognize. Ang sabi ng text, quote, "Hi Mom, I'm in a hole across from Charm Hill where the big trucks go in and out. There's a bomb. Call police." So immediately, dahil sa mother's instinct nga, alam ni Madeline na galing talaga kay Elizabeth yung text na yon. So kinontak niya yung sheriff's department and they search the area indicated doon sa text message. And finigure out din ng mga police kung sino yung may-ari ng cellphone na yon. All the while, doon sa ilalim ng bunker, this man did bad things to Madeline. So si Madeline, dahil helpless siya, wala siyang magawa, kahit na tumanggi siya, nagawa pa rin nitong lalaking to yung mga bad things na yon sa kanya. And ang ginawa niya, naisip niya na there is no way na makakalabas siya doon sa bunker na yon ng sapilitan, or dahil mas maliit siya doon sa lalaki, kailangan niyang mag-isip ng way for her to get out of there alive. So ang ginawa ni Madeline, nagpanggap siya na may gusto na rin siya dito sa lalaking to na napakatanda, di hamak sa kanya. Parang reverse psychology. Because, as I've said earlier, Elizabeth is a smart girl. Naisip niya na yun lang yung way na makalabas siya ng buhay doon sa bunker na yun. So, nagpretend siya na magkakampi sila nitong guy na to. So, all along, of course, hindi alam ni Elizabeth kung sino tong lalaking to, but his name is Vincent Filio. And dahil nga nakuha na ni Elizabeth yung trust nitong Vincent na to, so hinayaan ni Vincent si Elizabeth to play games on his phone. So yung plano ni Elizabeth worked because pinagkatiwala sa kanya nitong lalaking to na si Vincent yung kanyang cellphone. So for days, ilang beses nag-try si Elizabeth na mag-text sa kanyang parents habang natutulog si Vincent. Pero because this happened in 2006, so wala pang iPhone noon, walang touchscreen. So yung phone, if you remember Nokia, yung may tunog siya, as in kailangan pindutin mo lang 4 times yung isang tab, or ano bang tawag doon, basta doon sa isang pindutan, 4 yung letters. So bago ka makarating doon sa pang-4 na letter, 4 na pindot muna yung gagawin mo. So maingay yung keys ng phone. And one time, when she tried to text her mom, nagising si Vincent. And nung una parang naghinala si Vincent na, "What are you doing?" So sinabi niya na, "I'm playing games. Naglalaro ako ng Snake." If you remember Snake, kapagalata yung edad natin dito. So, naniwala naman si Vincent. A few days passed. Nagtatry pa rin si Elizabeth na i-text yung kanyang mom. So, it's also important for the kids these days to memorize at least the number of one of your parents. Just in case, katulad ng mga ganitong pangyayari, you can text them. Naka-ingrained sa inyong mga mind na anytime pwede nyong i-text, or kung kailangan nyo ng tulong, makaka-text kayo sa mga magulang nyo. Kasi these days, dahil sobrang yung mga bata, ang dami ng kayang gawin, ang dami ng ginagawa. So, parang hindi na nila nabibigyan ng pansin yung mga ganitong bagay. But it's very, very important because it could save your life. Like in this situation, it's a good thing na sa ulo ni Elizabeth yung number ng mother niya. So after few days of trying to send the text, because nasa ilalim siya ng bunker, walang signal, so hirap na hirap siyang mag-text, and kung ma-send man niya, it will say message failed. So after niyang isend tong text na to, and mind you, bago pa niya ma-construct itong text na to, ilang beses siyang nag-try. Kasi every time na magte-text siya, nagigising si Vinson and kailangan niya mag-pretend na naglalaro siya ng snake, so kailangan niyang burahin yung kanyang draft message. Kasi may draft message pa noon. Kasi kung hindi, mahuhuli siya ni Vinson. So pag nag-try siya ulit, sobrang dami pa ring tak-tak-tak-tak-tak like that sound kapag pinipindot mo yung keys ng phone, ng old phones. So, Elizabeth still tried. So, after 7 days nga, kahit na nag-message failed yung text ni Elizabeth, natanggap nung nanay niya by miracle. Because wala nga signal, it's a miracle na natanggap ni Madeline yung text na yon. So, as I've said earlier, finigure out ng mga police kung kanino yung phone. And na-shocked sila when they discovered na the cellphone belonged to a wanted fugitive. And he's a 36-year-old man named Vincent Filio. Wanted siya dahil sa pang-aabuso sa kanyang ex-girlfriend's 11-year-old daughter. And supposedly, nakatira itong si Vincent doon sa same neighborhood ng mga Shoafs. Yung bahay niya, malapit lang doon kung saan bumababa si Elizabeth ng bus. So after malaman ng sheriff's department na wanted na itong lalaking to, of course, they tried to arrest Vincent several times over the past year. Pero, never umuwi ng bahay niya si Vincent. So after maipakita ni Madeline yung text message sa sheriff's office, nakakuha sila ng warrant para i-search yung bahay ni Vincent. So yun ang ginawa nila. Pinuntahan nila yung bahay ni Vincent, sinearch nila, pero walang trace ni Elizabeth o ni Vincent doon sa bahay na yon. However, nung nag-thorough search yung sheriff's office na malamang hindi nila ginawa nung mga unang try nila na arestuhin itong si Vincent doon sa kanyang bahay. Doon sa bedroom ng trailer kung saan nakatira si Vincent, may mattress doon sa floor. And under ng mattress na yun, may nakita silang malaking butas doon sa floor. And ang ginagawa pala ni Vincent Filio, naghuhukay siya doon sa loob ng bahay niya. Parang yung ginagawa ng mga bunnies, ng mga rabbit. Naghuhukay siya sa ilalim, sa lupa ng kanyang bahay. And kapag dumadating na yung mga pulis, nagtatago siya doon. And kapag wala na yung mga pulis, saka lang siya lumalabas. And of course, dahil nagwo-work yung ginagawa niyang pagtatago na yon, so ang ginagawa niya minsan, naghuhukay siya dun sa kanyang bedroom hanggang sa labas siguro ng bahay niya para makatakas siya. Parang rabbit nga. Parang marami siyang holes na hinuhukay and ang labas is doon sa labas ng bahay niya or sa likod ng bahay niya or wherever para makatakas siya. Nakakita rin yung mga pulis ng several na mga hukay pero wala silang nakitang interesting or hindi sila nagduda doon sa mga holes na yon. So by this time, nawawala pa rin si Elizabeth. Pero while nandoon sa bunker, alam ni Elizabeth kung ano yung nangyayari outside. Because may maliit na radyo itong si Vincent doon sa kanyang bunker na parang yung may antena pa siguro. So nakakarinig sila ng balita na the police are searching for Elizabeth. And kinakalma, biruin nyo yun, 14-year-old itong si Elizabeth. Pero kailangan niya magpanggap na kinakalma niya itong kanyang kidnapper na don't worry, hindi nila tayo makikita dito. Tsaka diba sabi mo maraming booby trap doon sa paligid ng bunker. So hindi nila tayo malalapitan. Don't worry, something like that. Para lang hindi magpanik itong si Vincent kasi baka mamaya sa pagpapanik nitong fugitive na to, masaktan niya si Elizabeth and eventually baka hindi siya makalabas din ng buhay. Hindi ko alam kung na-frustrate ang sheriff's department or hindi sila nakapag-isip ng maayos, but they made a controversial move which maaaring ang maging cause ay yung buhay ni Elizabeth. Sinabi ng sheriff's department sa media yung tungkol sa text message ni Elizabeth sa nanay niya. At ang nakakaloka pa, sinabi ng sheriff's department na yung text na yon ay galing sa cellphone ni Vincent. Nakakaloka, di ba? Nakakaloka. Of course, shock na shock yung pamilya ni Elizabeth. I mean, hello, Sheriff's Department, hindi ba kayo nag-iisip? Hawak pa rin nung kidnapper na yon, nung fugitive na yon, yung anak namin. Bakit nyo pinalabas sa media na nag-text sa akin? Si Elizabeth, malamang patago niyang ginawa yon. Tapos inilabas niyo yung information. Eh paano kung itegi netong Vincent na to, yung anak nila? Diba? Nakakaloka din yung police department minsan eh. So sobrang pagka-desperate nila, hindi na nila naisip na inilagay nila sa alanganin yung buhay ng bata. Elizabeth is still a child kasi teenager pa lang siya, menor de edad. So kahit 14 na siya, bata pa rin yun. I mean, ang hirap din minsan magtiwala sa mga authorities kasi hindi sila nag-iisip minsan or nag-iisip man sila, hindi rational. Ang sabi ng pamilya ni Elizabeth, why? Sheriff's Department, bakit? Binigyan nyo ng rason si Vincent nasaktan si Elizabeth. Because hindi naman nila alam kung nasaan nga si Vincent at si Elizabeth. Paano kung nanonood sila ng TV? Paano kung nakikinig sila ng radyo? Which they were. Dahil habang sinasabi to ng police or ng sheriff's office sa media, nakikinig ng radyo si Vincent at si Elizabeth. Imagine niyo na lang yung shock sa mukha ni Elizabeth nung naririnig niya sa radyo na sinasabi ng mga pulis na tinext niya yung nanay niya habang katabi niya yung kidnapper niya. I mean, hindi mo lang ba naisip ng mga pulis if they were in Elizabeth's shoes? Nakakaloka, diba? Ang daming bawal na sabihin na words sa YouTube, so ayun na yun. After magalit, rightfully so, ng pamilya ni Elizabeth, sinabi nitong sheriff department, gina-justify nila yung pag-release nila ng information because sabi nila, they thought na pwede daw saktan o i-unalive ni Vincent si Elizabeth. And the police department wanted people to be on the lookout for Vincent. Anong klaseng katuwiran yun? Kung nandun kayo sa shoes ng pamilya ni Elizabeth, baka masapok nyo tong mga pulis na to. Diba nakakaloka? I couldn't imagine yung reaksyon ng pamilya or ng parents ni Elizabeth. So, after nun, tuloy-tuloy pa din yung paghahanap ng mga rescue team kay Elizabeth. At one point, while yung mga tao was searching for her, Elizabeth heard the people who were looking for her beneath the bunker. Every time they come near or walk near the bunker, wala man lang nakapansin na may bunker doon sa nilalakaran nila. So now, Elizabeth was scared. Maybe 1,000% or maybe 1,000,000%, because she knew na anytime pwede siyang i-unalive ni Vinson, because Vinson asked her if she texted her mom. Syempre, narinig nila sa balita. Malamang magdududa si Vinson na, "Hey Elizabeth, akala ko ba okay tayo, chami-chami tayo, friends na tayo na, there's us. Pero bakit mo tinext yung nanay mo?" But because Elizabeth is smart, she bluffed Vinson. And sinabi niya na, "Calm down. Don't worry. Hindi tayo makikita ng mga pulis. It's not true. Paano ko matetext yung nanay ko? Wala namang signal dito. And 'di ba magkakampi tayo. Bakit naman kita ilalaglag?" Something to that effect, siguro. I believe Vinson is also into illegal substances. So paranoid siya. And he was unstable. So kahit na anong pagpapakalma ang gawin ni Elizabeth sa kanya, eventually, Vinson got out of the bunker and iniwan niya si Elizabeth doon sa bunker, sa ilalim. So si Elizabeth, kahit na matalino siya, dahil may trauma na siya, all the while pinaniwalaan niya na kung magtatry siyang lumabas doon sa bunker, may sasabog na mga bomba. And eventually, hindi lang siya yung papanaw, kundi yung mga taong naghahanap sa kanya. The next day, after siyang iwan ni Vinson doon sa bunker, this was the 10th day na ni Elizabeth na nawawala. Sinearch ng mga pulis ng Sheriff's Department yung woods sa likod bahay nila Elizabeth. And naririnig ni Elizabeth tong mga taong to na naghanap sa kanya. When the police officers were near the bunker, dahil wala naman ang kasama si Elizabeth doon, although may trauma siya, kahit na wala na doon si Vinson, feeling niya baka may sumabog or something like that, she yelled, "Stop," or "Help, there's a bomb," or something to that effect. So yung several deputies, narinig nila na may babaeng sumisigaw and sinundan nila yung tunog. And they found Elizabeth Shoaf. Actually, they didn't found her. Si Elizabeth yung tumawag or humingi ng tulong para makita siya ng mga pulis. So kumbaga, sa correct term, Elizabeth Shoaf saved herself. She was rushed to the hospital, examined siya doon, and thankfully, thank God, wala siyang apparent injuries, and kung meron man, very minor lang. However, yung trauma na naranasan niya doon sa bunker was not minor. So doon sa hospital, sinabi ni Elizabeth sa mga pulis at sa pamilya niya yung tukol dun sa kanyang 10 days of captivity, na sinabi niyang Vinson stayed with her the entire time. And the whole time na nawawala si Elizabeth, alam nila ni Vinson kung ano yung nangyayari sa labas. Because naririnig nila yung news, and sinabi ni Vinson na he did not think that the police would ever find them. And one time daw, narinig niya yung mga searchers na naghanap sa kanya, and she even saw the shadows as they moved by the door to the bunker. And noong mga panahong yun, may hawak na armas itong si Vinson, which was a taser. And winarningan niya si Elizabeth to keep quiet or else sa kanya gagamitin ni Vinson yung taser na yon. So, Elizabeth, rightfully so, kept quiet. So, naging disoriented si Elizabeth because for 10 days, hindi siya naarawan. I mean, vitamin D, and she also lost track of days kung ilang araw na siya doon sa bunker na yon because madilim. And what she did know was that she was the R word na bawal sabihin sa YouTube, multiple times every day of her captivity. At some point, as I've said earlier, she developed a plan to pretend that she was falling in love with Vinson, and her plan worked because tinanggal ni Vinson yung chain dun sa kanyang leeg, and meron din daw time na ilalabas siya ni Vinson doon sa bunker during the night time just for a few minutes. And every time na ginagawa nila yon, nagtatanggal ng buhok si Elizabeth. Iniiwan yung mga hair niya sa mga tree branches. Siguro nanonood siya ng Law and Order or CSI or whatever, hoping na maybe the searchers will find her hair. Kwento din ni Elizabeth na nung 9th day nung kanyang captivity na nakarinig siya ng helicopter, and dahil nga may narinig silang helicopter doon sa area, this prompted Vinson na makinig ng news, and doon na nga nila nalaman na of course, syempre nawawala si Elizabeth, so malamang hahanapin siya ng pamilya niya. And then tinanong ni Vinson si Elizabeth kung anong gagawin nila. So sinabi ni Elizabeth sa kanya na tumakas ka na, pretending na concern siya dito sa monster na to. Tumakas ka na bago ka pa mahuli ng mga pulis. So Vinson took her advice and iniwan nga siya doon sa bunker, and kinabukasan, yun nga, humingi na ng tulong si Elizabeth doon sa searchers. Yun yung first time na sumigaw siya because wala naman doon si Vinson. Wala na si Vinson doon sa bunker, and pinaalalahanan din niya yung mga police or winarn niya na baka may bomba nga doon sa or booby traps sa paligid ng bunker. After siyang na-discover ng sheriff's deputies, later that same day, Vinson Filio was arrested while hiding in a ditch 5 miles from the bunker. He was charged with first-degree criminal conduct and kidnapping, among other charges, in September 2007. Vinson pleaded guilty to all the charges dahil guilty naman talaga siya, and he was sentenced to 400 plus years to prison without the chance of parole na dapat lang naman sa kanya. After nung kidnapping, Elizabeth Shoaf has tried to move on with her life. Sobrang brave ng batang to. She's also proactive, and she wants to help other people to avoid being kidnapped and attacked. So after nung kidnapping ni Elizabeth, syempre, yung mga media was all over their neighborhood. Pinupuntahan siya sa bahay, humihingi ng interview. Pero Elizabeth stayed out of the media spotlight. Thank God na Elizabeth was so smart and sobra niyang strong na babae. And I hope that we learned something from her story. Vinson Filio was incarcerated at the maximum security unit at Kirkland Correctional Institution. And on May 3, 2021, Vinson died at the age of 51. Pero no cause of death has been determined. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Please like and subscribe. I hope to see you on my next video. Please stay safe, stay home, and be a little kinder. God bless you all.